welcome to the start of something new on the channel. I used to do this when I worked with the magazine, Sensible Reason. I used to review music, movies, cover news, but most of all, I used to review books of all different genres. And it's something I've missed, something I thought I should bring back to the channel. And I think I'll start it off nice and neat with one of my favorite authors' works that recently came out, The Otto Digmore Decision by Brent Hardinger. To be quite honest, this has taken some time to get to. Namely just reading the book because A, depression is a bitch, and B, I never had time because of life. And it wasn't until recently that my anxiety kicked in and I decided, hey, let's do something relaxing. We'll finally go through our emails and look at the book Brent Hardinger sent us. And the Otto Digmore Decision was a very nice read. And I do feel bad for sitting on it for almost 2 months at this point by the time this video comes out. But there's such authenticity when it comes to his work. I'm always able to relate to it on a personal level. To sum up the series, Otto Digmore is a burn survivor, an actor in Hollywood whose sitcom was canceled recently, and his only prospects are Freddy Krueger, a known burn, I wouldn't even call him a survivor, he's a child killer and a rapist, and the Phantom from Phantom of the Opera. And if it's not those two roles, it is zombie number 3, zombie number 7. In order to fill the void in this chaos that Hollywood has created, his best friend slash former boyfriend, Russell Meadowbrook, has written him a part in a screenplay that's been optioned off to a major studio. Now you think, what are the odds of him getting this part because his best friend is the writer? Well, Russell writes him the part detailing almost everything about him, from his facial scarring to his looks to everything. And it's not until after that the studio decides to cast him, which is a very smart move on his part because it's either casting him or casting an actor where they will probably get shit for using fake prosthetics on an able-bodied actor. And it is nice to see Otto refer to himself as a disabled person. You don't get that a lot in pretty much most media, let's be real. As the series goes on, as the book goes on, rather, Otto does point out that it's easier sometimes. Some people take him seriously, some don't. Some refuse to look at him based on how he is. And he does make note of it several times that disabled people are quite often used as scapegoats, as villains, to ensure that perfect people remain good, like there's no flaws to them. Such as a video game I played the last couple years called Let's Meet Adam. The main characters are pretty white boys and masculine men, someone you don't mistake as femme people. And who are the antagonists? People of vague ethnic backgrounds. One of them is not incredibly obese, but he is obese and very feminine and flamboyant. And the game does portray them as nothing but villains, which, granted, they were villains, but that's a really shitty stereotype to portray people as. Again, with Brent and his authenticity, there's so much to relate to Otto and his struggles, like that what I just mentioned. He also brings real world problems into it, such as the presidential campaign from 2016, the current state of politics, politically correct culture, which is not an issue, trust me. It is nice to be represented, I guess, but without, the stereotypes and such. And there's quite some bits in it where Russell himself does come off as not culturally insensitive, but some of his wording is, "Oh God, I can't believe I said that. Was that a mistake? Was that racist?" And it's very relatable to ensure that there is a new look, a new approach to how something is seen. As for the book, it's chaotic, but it's an enjoyable chaos. So not only does Russell write this particular part for his best friend, he makes it seem that, hey, we can show the world that Otto Digmore is a leading man with his disabilities. He's going to be one of Hollywood's greatest men that you'll ever see and hear on stage and television and the movie screen, the silver screen. There we go, that's the word I wanted. But it is so nice and so refreshing, and Russell's undying loyalty to his friend is it's beautiful is the word I'm looking for, because he's risking everything to make sure not only is this film getting made to their wishes, it's getting made because he doesn't want to see his friend depressed because of his looks, because of how he's treated. And this is not a victim card book, like, oh, woe is me. This is we're going to do everything we can to make sure that only the best of the best is shown. So that's when they start scheming to behind the director's back, because the director is making the film shit with his artistic views and basically going against his actors' desires, which I guess is a Hollywood thing. I don't really look into behind the scenes most of the time, but it's quite nice to see the friendship never being less than something that they both want. Such as, okay, let's make this movie happen. Let's film it. Let's distract the director for 20, 30 minutes to make sure we get our shot in. And, it's a wild ride. Trust me, it is. I was, from beginning to end, I couldn't put this down. I finished it in a day or two. And there are some nice moments where people have this epiphany that, hey, this is something more. And I probably am babbling on too much at this point. But, I like to babble. I'm an idiot. I like to babble. But no. This book was really great. Again, I found so much of myself in it. Mainly because as Otto is facing a personal crisis in his personal life, that is he worthy of it being at the top? I also found that in my life, like, do I really want to quit my job and figure out what I am? And the answer is yes, I do. But for right now, I did find a nice support system with friends, other streamers who understand what's happening and who have my back and always will, I guess. And it's kind of weird just saying that out loud, because it's somewhat relevant, but it, again, reflection in the book, friendship, unbreakable bonds of friendship. And side note, Brent, I kind of wanted to read like a tiny flirty moment, but I guess it wasn't to be between Russell and Otto. But that's my only personal gripe about it, really, was just that fleeting moment. But no, I fully enjoyed this book. It's taken me a million times to record this little bit of audio, but I fully appreciated this book. I picked it up at the right time, found a lot of myself reflected in it, and as this series ends, here's a toast to Otto Digmore and Brent Hardinger. I look forward to seeing more of Otto in future series from Brent, and I better, because at this point I have no choice but to stand him. Uh, you know, and I'm sorry if this. I originally had this scripted. It didn't come off this way. Every time I recorded it, it sounded awful and not real. But from the bottom of my heart, this was a great read. And I found myself so much in Otto. Just doing not random things, but the feelings, the emotions, from nitpicking at Hollywood's way, even game developers' ways of presenting certain people that would mostly represent myself in media. And it is a very nice take. So, here's to Brent, here is to Otto Digmore and his great end. May I see more of him in the future. Bye for now. Bye for now.